Good morning, Facebook people. What is going on? Drinking a little coffee, representing the kanji rising sun, sunrise, basically as close as they can get. Rising sun karate. Ooh, Dragon Prime, representing Dragon Prime. Almost actually, actually almost fell over. Got to do some workouts and little stretches, but I thought I'd go live and let you guys know that I am on my way to Memphis, but I'm good thing I drove yesterday because I ran into a bit of a problem with the snow. So yeah, I stopped a little bit. I'm not too far, but stopped a little bit at a hotel because my car is like, that Benz is not set up to drive in the snow. But guys, tomorrow I just wrote some stuff down so you guys can. A lot of people asking me where I'm going to be at. Tomorrow at 9:01 Memphis Comics. That's where I'm going to be in Tennessee, and you can actually get they've already been giving out tickets. They're just numbered tickets. Let me turn this down a little bit. They're just numbered tickets. So all you have to do is contact the store. There, yeah, that's better. Contact the store and then get your numbered ticket. That's 9:01 Memphis, and then Kapow, Little Rock is already off the chain. Trying to use the young words, is Kapow Comics in Little Rock. That's on Sunday at 12 p.m. So tomorrow I'm going to be signing at 12 p.m. in Memphis, Tennessee, all day. So I'll be there at 12, but you got to call the store. I left the number on here too, so after you're done, you can check out the number. Call the store, let them know you're going to be there, and then Kapow Comics. And then next Tuesday, Texarkana. I'm going to be in Texarkana. So I bet the weather is nice in Ireland right now. I'll be in Texarkana. The 12th, Uncanny is I believe the new location in Richmond. Uncanny Comics in my town up in the Houston area. And then Baytown, I've been there before. Baytown is on the 13th of February, guys. It's going to be awesome because I get only an hour away, so I get to go there and visit you guys. Last time Alter Ego, you guys were so amazing making that artwork and all that stuff. Alaska, minus 27 degrees. My God, Alaska. What are you guys doing in Alaska? The minus 27 degrees. There's Alaska Comic Con going, by the way. So if you don't want to freeze your butt off, you can go to Alaska Comic Con. The 26th, Corpus Christi, and then I'm going to talk to y'all. I just got to get through this real quick. Man, I don't look, Kim, I just woke up. Why is everyone say I look tired? I'm actually not tired. I'm old. Corpus Christi Comics Plus, that's on the 26th of this month. And then the 27th, which is the Nostalgia Games in Bronzeville. So all Texas. Corpus Christi, 26th, 27th, New Bronzeville. Not New Bronzeville. No, not New Bronzeville. Take that back. Bronzeville and Nostalgia Games. And then March 19th, Retro. We got Retro Expo up there on March 19th, April 2nd, The Hive, Odessa, and then the 25th, 26th, Oklahoma City Pop. Now, Oklahoma City Pop Culture Con, that's the 25th, 26th of April. People are asking about March, all right? So I am going back to the East Coast. Okay, you can look forward to a trip. I can't give you details now. I will in the next day or two. March 8th through the 14th. These are the cities that I'm hitting, the states that I'm hitting. Connecticut, Massachusetts, well, thank you, Michael. New Hampshire, and Rhode Island, all right? It's not going to be snowing, I hope, by then. March 8th through the 14th. Those are the new shows that I've just added right now, confirmed. So March 8th through the 14th, you can be expecting me at Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Rhode Island, okay? Then a few other shops up there, and then, of course, Lexington. But enough of that. Just, we're talking Legend of the White Dragon. I wish I was in the UK. Let's talk to the fans. Hey, JDF, what's up, Johnny? Mary, New York, I'll be, closest I'll be is probably New Jersey. So I'll probably be up there in New Jersey. Alan, I don't feel old. It's just people when they come up here and they're like, oh, you look like crap. You look tired. It's like, I just woke up, driving in the freaking snow, making my way to 901 Memphis, Tennessee. And I know, Trey, you're out there stuck somewhere, right? You've been getting cancels. You've been getting flights canceled left and right, but you're a trooper, man. Stay in there. Um, okay, called. Okay, wait. You wrote a book. It's on Amazon called "When Love Lies." Please buy and read it again. Huh. Okay. Well, that's cool. Definitely gotta look at that. Let's talk about Legend of the White Dragon. Andy, shoot a question. I'll be happy to talk about it. When you come back to Ohio, I don't know yet. When you come into Vegas, it's a good question. I have to write that down on my wrist. Las Vegas. Guys, I'm old school. When I write notes, I gotta write them. You know what I mean? Oh God, I'd like to be in Fortnite. Legend of the White Dragon will be in the Fortnite. That's what's up. Monroe Pop Fest in Michigan. Jimmy, I know people are asking me about that. The thing about this is this. I haven't done a lot of cons, and the reason why is I still feel that what I'm doing makes me feel better, right? The PPP program, going out, helping shops, signing stuff, leaving it behind, no admission at the doors. I mean, it just makes me feel better. I make my own way. I don't ask any of these promoters. What's up, Trey? I don't ask any of these promoters to ask for anything. All I want to do is help their shop. So that's what I've been doing for the last 2 years. It feels better. Nothing wrong with going to Comic-Cons. You know, I'm going to Comic-Con in Alaska. I'm doing one Oklahoma City Pop Culture Con. They're my friends. That's the reason why I'm doing it. Eric Reed, yeah. But that's the reason. Let me open these blinds because the sun is just I feel like a vampire. Yeah, well, that doesn't look so good out there, folks. I thought I was going to see something like really nice and sunny and this and that, and yeah, that doesn't look too good. Especially this guy cleaning his car off. Well, don't worry. Be happy. I don't have to be at Memphis till tomorrow, so it's all good. But 901, guys, you got to call and start getting numbers up, getting your numbers out because there's a numbered ticket. South Dakota, Dan, Trey, we're working on North Dakota, right? South Dakota, I always go to, so I'm gonna have to look for. There's a place in South Dakota that I called and said that they said, oh, I'm too busy for them, but it's not, because the way it works is you get a number, you get a numbered spot. You know what I mean? Like, you get a number, you hang out, all that stuff. What's up, Francis? You hang out, you get a number, and then then you get called. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where, you know, you get called. So anyway, it's not gonna be a lot of people hanging out in the icy freaking rain. Come back to Arizona. All I want to talk to you and tell you how you changed my life, and how how I showed you and shows you my tat because you inspire me. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you, man. From Pittsburgh, icy rain starts at 2 in the afternoon. Wherever you are, just be careful. All I want to do is talk to you. But thank you. Let me see how much personality did you put into Eric Reed? Ooh, that's a good one. All right. Eric Reed is more of myself. I think you're going to see a lot of good acting. I'm more of a method actor. That's why I got along with so good with Michael Madsen. You're going to see a lot of me in it. You know what I mean? My tattoos, who I am. I think there's a Jason Frank, right? Then there was a struggling Jason Frank that needed structure that turned into Tommy Oliver because I soft-spoken, I talked. It was one of those things. But again, Jason Frank was this guy, right? So I decided, since it's for the older, I know I might sound like Tommy or whatever, but this is what I sound like as Eric Reed in the movie. Because Tommy's just a higher pitched voice, and that's the way it is. And take my hand, we can help, and do this and do that. But Eric Reed, I had a big influence over it. I built a whole backstory. 1263s on the side of my head. Not now, but I should get a tattoo. 1263s on the side of my head, and it's actually a whole new comic book that will explain what I went through in 1263. So, if you're interested, I don't know if you are, but I did a movie called Omniboat with these directors called Meza Brothers. And the Omniboat went to Sundance. Robert Redford was in it and all that stuff. It didn't go far, but it went to Sundance. And as an actor, this is what you need to do. Listen, actors. Michael Madsen gave me a quote, right? He was talking to Al Pacino, and the quote was, "It's not acting, it's just be," right? Basically. Don't quote me. Go to comicbook.com and see what he said about me. But Michael loves me because acting is not about the line, okay? So you have to understand. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, like I say name. All right, so I'll give you these layers. Like, okay, what's my name? Okay, cool. Eric Reed. All right, I'll put that down. Eric Reed. All right, Eric Reed. And then I'm just pulling this out of my butt right now. But this is 7 different layers. I say, okay, Eric Reed. Okay, cool. All right, so who? I say, who is Eric Reed? Okay, well, Eric Reed, you know, grew up with a dad and a sister. His dad's in jail. His mom is dead. This is all in my head. He hasn't seen his sister in a long time, but his dad is in jail. He's a thief. I'm a treasure hunter. He's a thief. So who is Eric Reed? I was the Legend of the White Dragon at one point, but I still don't know exactly who I am until I drive deeper, right? So I say, okay, it's my name. Okay, like, who's Eric Reed? All right, so I just say, like, what's my motive in life? Like, what am I trying to do? I was a treasure hunter. Then I became the Legend of the White Dragon. So what's my motivation? Maybe to save the world, right? And then when I go into a dark place, I start digging deep. Like in this room, like I would say, what's the room mean to me? Right? So I'd look around and I'd see everything. I'd say, okay, I know when I got the coffee cup. I know what time. It just helps me. If you look at Serena, who played my wife in the movie, and Jenna, Serena's wearing a plaid shirt in the trailer. She's wearing a gold necklace, okay? When I was the white, if you look at the trailer, you'll see me laying there as the white dragon. I had a gold necklace on. Well, she took that gold necklace before Eric Reed disappeared. So she's a method actor as well. She's wearing my flannel in the movie. That's not explained. She's wearing my flannel. She's wearing my gold necklace. So it means something to us, right? If I'm an actor and I'm on a hot set, all right? And the set don't move, hot set don't move anything. Everything's been established. As an actor, you need to look around and understand, you know, don't touch, but where I'm at. Okay, so this is a hotel. All right, so someone's gonna knock on my door and they're gonna talk to me. All right, so where am I? Why? Who? You know what I'm saying? So these layers, I did Omniboat, and when I did Omniboat, we came up with this. The directors are amazing. The Meza Brothers were like, hey, you need 7 different layers of a character. Like who this girl is, you know, who the mom, who's the dad. And Amy Jo was good at this too, you know, just digging deep. And then when you get all that down of who you are, be that character. For example, this is the acting stuff. For example, okay, my line is, Bat in the Sun, we have freedom to use our words, right? So my line might be, I don't know, hey, where are you from? I haven't seen you around here, okay? And your line is, I'm from Texas. All right. So let's figure out the scene. Who am I to you? Maybe I'm collecting money. Maybe I'm a debt collector. Maybe I'm a thug. Maybe I'm a thief. Maybe I'm your brother. Maybe I'm a cousin. So it depends on saying, you know, where are you from? Are you from Texas? My intent changes. It could be stern, like, where are you from? You from Texas? It could be wondering, wait a second, where are you from? Are you from Texas? It could be realization. Wait a second. Are you from Texas? Right? So then you got to go to why I'm doing this, all right? and your line is, and you're where are you from? You look from there, whatever, and your line is Texas. So people that overjump lines, like where are you from? Texas. Like, hold on, this is the way it needs to work. It's not lines, it's emotional driven. So say that I recognize you and you're a long distance cousin, and I'm thinking, and I say, God, wait a second, where are you from? Because I think I know you. And you jump, Texas. Hold on. Your line needs to be, okay, in your head, inner monologue. Do I know him? Why is he asking where I'm from? You know, did I screw everyone over? I mean, does he look familiar? Am I supposed to say? And then you go, you don't know him, but then you go, I'm from Texas. Like probing him, like, yeah, from Texas. Why? Right? Just in those two lines, you see a difference of where are you from? Texas. Too many people just act. And they're just line by line. They'll look and say, well, that's not on the script. Forget the script. It's intent. Even if I say, where are you from? I can look at you and go like this. Where are you from? Right? You could deliver it on different. People get auditions and then they'll go, where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you from? You see what I'm saying? So there's got to be connections to it. So through the whole entire movie, I was very in deep with Eric Reed. Eric Reed's a very messed up character. He misses his family. He misses his daughter. You know, he's been on the run for 3 years. I mean, there's so much in developing a character that I lived it. So when I got with Michael, me and Michael hit it off, and we had a really good emotional scene, man. And you know, he was saying there's not a lot of actors that can even bring him to that level. And it wasn't about acting, because it's not acting. It's about being yourself in life. You know, like Font would always talk about an action verb, right? Power Rangers don't have this action verb. Say that, you know, I don't know. So you could say love, that you hurt me with love. Right? How you hurt me, right? You could say you hurt me out of anger. You hurt me, or you could say you hurt me. You're wondering why you hurt me. You're probing. You're questioning. Like, man, you're hurting me. You know what I mean? So there's different ways of doing it. Also, there's a lot of different techniques that you can do. I don't know. I'm from Howard Fine, but I never got a chance to really go deep in a character that I developed. So long story short, yes, I developed Eric Reed. I developed the Mohawk. I used my tattoos that wanted to be covered. But in the comic book, it will tell you, in the comic book, it will tell you where I was in the last 3 years. You know what I mean? Where Eric Reed was, why he did not have tattoos, and why he came back so screwed up and so tatted up. I mean, so this will tell you over there. And people that are asking, I'm on my way to Memphis at 901 Comics in Memphis, and then Little Rock on Sunday, Kapow, Little Rocks, and then Texarkana, Excalibur. That's where I'll be. And then on the 12th, 13th, I'll be in Texas, Uncanny, Richmond, and then Baytown, Alter Ego, and then Alaska. And then again back in Corpus. I got all my tattoos up there at Corpus Christi. I'll be in Corpus Christi on the 26th at Comic Plus. Comic Plus, let me tell you this. You guys are doing an amazing job, you know, just putting everything together and all that stuff. So you guys did an amazing job putting stuff at Comics Plus. Nostalgia Games, Bronzeville, I think we're going to knock it out of the ballpark. You guys look like a great location. I just randomly saw it on the mask and on the map and said this is going to be great. So I look forward to that. And then, of course, April 2nd, The Hive. And then we're adding, let me tell you, because I'm announcing that, April 3rd, 4th, and 5th. I'm going to get these flyers made. We're adding Galveston, Texas. There's 3 locations. I live in Texas as well, so I'm very excited about that. April 3rd, which is Sunday, at their new location. I'll be there. And then the 4th and 5th in Galveston, Texas, and I'll get you all that information a little bit later. I'm trying to read here. Someone said something about my brother, and I want to see. The script is just a guide. that you have to pull them. Yes, it's all about emotions and relationships. I hate the people, excuse me, that's my line. It's like, cut, get out. It ain't matter about a line. We can stick to lines, but at the same time, you know what I mean? It's intent. It's these emotions of if I say I love you in a movie, it's not I love you. It could be you can sit there and you can really admire and go, God, I love you. Yeah, anyway. All right. Let me see what else. So I'm so sick of the people that do movies and always whisper like that. And I don't know if we could do this. And, I run into a lot of actor friends like that are just no blah, blah, just whispering lines. Like, give me something. Give me some meat. Give me something I can chomp. Anyway, you guys will see. I'm invested, Victoria. I care about my roles. I care about you guys. I care about this. Sorry, it looks like I'm just scrolling through, which I am reading. I still wish I could meet you. I've had COVID. Well, COVID will be over soon, man. 93 or 94. Man, hope you're doing good. Hey, man, good to see you again in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Julie Ann, you said you were at Eric's funeral. Who are you, Julie Ann, if you're talking about my brother's funeral? That's what I'd like to know. Because I don't like to mention stuff on here unless you truly know me, especially talking about a funeral. So tell me who you are. Release date for the movie later this year. Comic book release, we're working on it now. Got another flyer, another note. Comic. I'm going to get those flyers done. Also getting the flyers done for March 8th, 14th, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island. That will be getting done as well. When I'll be at Oklahoma, I'll be at Oklahoma on the 25th and 26th. Tell your friends. It is an awesome show, Oklahoma City Pop Culture Con. Okay. Do you like filming Zio? I did like filming Zio. Big fan. I'm from Bronzeville. Jose, if you're from Bronzeville, man, tell people because I just happen to pick Bronzeville. I know that shop's going to be great. Nostalgia Game and comics, I saw it. I think it's going to be dope. Would you return as Tommy if they did something like Cobra Kai? But right now, all my attention's on the Legend of the White Dragon. And here's the thing about it, all right? Some people are haters. Like, oh, man, this sucks. Why are you doing Legend of the White Dragon? Yeah, you do Power Rangers, blah, blah, blah. Look, this was a dream I've had. A dream I've had for over 10 years. So no one knock my dream because I did it. We did it after 10 years. We finally did it. You know how hard it is to accomplish such a big accomplishment, and especially when you're hanging on to a dream for 10 years. I did it. We did it. So be happy. That's what you get. That's what you get. Don't throw a fit. Otherwise, eat. North Carolina, I'll be there. Have fun, Jason. Any plans for Ohio? I think so. Yin and Yang. So, Ray, check this out. No one's asked, but this was the very first tattoo I had on my arm. And if you go watch Turbo Rangers, all right? If you go watch Turbo Rangers, you'll see there's me and Kat in the park, and we're going to Larigo, a little ET looking guy. And I go to him and I say, hey, buddy, hey. So go look at that part and notice that we did not have makeup on set. So they wanted to cover all my tattoos. So they took mud and they just smeared mud all over my arm. So when you look at that scene, you're just going to see mud smeared all over my arm because we didn't have the makeup department. Everyone was like, makeup? They're like, oh, it's not here. Jason has a tattoo, so just covered it with mud. But yeah, that was the very first tattoo. Yin and Yang, and then James Beasley. I haven't Googled him, but James Beasley is supposed to be a famous tattoo artist that did all the fire, so that was pretty cool. The movie will be released everywhere. It's just depending on what platforms. This whole COVID stuff's really crazy stuff. I like your work ethics. Tennessee's, thank you, Amanda. Wondering if you can help me possible work with you a future signing, David. Someone said typo. If you had something to me, it is up to you. If you want to say something to me, it's up to you. Okay. Will you be at any motorcycle runs? I don't know what you mean. I'm not sure what you're talking about. If they offered Johnny Cage, would you want to do it, man? I don't know. I like to do Legend of the White Dragon. Hey, Jason, met you at Dragon Con. Met you at Dragon Con. Dragon Con's crazy, right? I like these comic shops, though. Did channel Tommy at all? Not in my movie. Tommy was created by me. It was just the PG version of Jason David Frank. I lived with your grandma for a year. Oma. All right. Inbox me on my Instagram right now, okay? I'm gonna look for you. Inbox me on Instagram like within the next 20 minutes if you can, because I'll check and I'd like to see a little bit more about you. Sorry, my brain. I'm old, 48. You live with Oma. All right. Kind of rings a bell. Anyway, inbox me on JDFFFN so we could chat, okay? Because anyone knows my brother and knows Oma, it's got to be in my heart. So inbox me so we can talk outside of this chat room. Well, come to Oklahoma, Jennifer. I'll be there. It's a good show. I'm gonna be there Saturday and Sunday. The Oklahoma City, they're friends of mine, so that's the reason why. I don't do a lot of cons, but they're friends of mine. There's a few other cons I'm doing. Well, we'll make announcements. Much love from North Ireland. I'd love to come to the UK and Ireland again, man. I'm dying to do that. Maybe 2023. Make another note. 2023. I just made a note of that. I'm making lots of notes. All right. We're doing good here. Dear Jason, I admire you since I first saw you at MMPR. Thank you from St. Louis. You're coming out to California. I will be coming out to California sometime. I sent you a picture on the Instagram. I hope you see it this time. I'll look. I try to do the best I can on all my Instagram stuff. I like to come to Washington D.C. or for Washington D.C., Connecticut, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. Yes, I remember your wife with the cast on her foot who walked up the stairs. Andrew, was that in Lake Havasu or not? I could be wrong. Maybe it was in Lake Havasu. It is a passion project. Oh God, Fall Guy. Hey. You know what's funny about Fall Guy though? In Fall Guy, like my tears were real because I just lost my brother, and those crying scenes were so screwed up, like mentally just so screwed up in my head, and everyone's like, you suck as an actor. Those crying scenes suck. It's like, dude, I just thought of my brother the whole entire time. Are you telling me those are fake cries? If you think those are fake cries, then I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, those are real cries. But Legend of the White Dragon has, with me and Mike in it, Michael Madsen, Mark Dacascos, King Batch, you're going to see a whole different me. You're going to see a whole different, like, wow. People are going to say, oh, I didn't know he can act. It's in-depth, man. It's really good. And Aaron plays Dragon Prime. It's some good stuff in there. Thank you for the poems. How's my day? It's good. About to head to 901 at Memphis tomorrow. Some of the people you can already call. Some people that already called 911 has numbered tickets. And if you go down and our little Kapow already has numbered tickets too for Sunday. And then Texarkana, you call and get their numbered tickets because it's just the way we run things for COVID and for safety and all that stuff. So yeah, I gotta follow your dreams. Don't let no one hold you back. That's the idea, you can't let people hold you back. Saw an article about you and Jean-Claude Van Damme having beef. Yeah, Jonathan, there's really nothing to say except I met Jean-Claude in a movie premiere. He was arrogant. I saw him at Mexico Comic-Con. He wanted to fight. He was arrogant. Let's just say he didn't want to fight after all, and he dropped something. Oh, you dropped your balls. That's it. You can read about it. It's all true. Jean-Claude Van Damme is he's just an arrogant something. Virginia, Washington, D.C. I'm not too sure, but I'll yeah, forget the haters. Haters are the biggest people that click on all your stuff all day long. They're like your biggest fans, all the haters. Haters made, baby, right here. Haters made. I gotta take that from my friend Monster. That's his hat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Andrew, was it in that's what I'm asking you, was it in Lake Havasu or no? Because I remember I could have been somewhere else too. Yes, I'm gonna be in Memphis tomorrow. Wayne, thanks for asking. Memphis 901 Comics. If you know people in the Memphis area or around anywhere, it's not too far. You can drive. Weather should be good. Be in Memphis, Tennessee on Saturday. I'm going to be in Little Rock, Kapow Comics on Sunday at 12 p.m. and then Texarkana. Join me up at Texarkana because I'm passing right through it to drive home, and I love that shop. I love the little doggy. Love the people up there. And then in the Texas area, Texas Love on the 12th. Uncanny in Richmond. I'm going to be up there on Baytown, the 13th in Baytown. Okay, the 12th is going to be Uncanny Richmond. They're having a new grand opening. And the 12th, I'm going to go see my friend Derek the Black Beast fight at the UFC. So I got some front row floor tickets for that. And then on 13th, Baytown, Ultra Ego, I'll be up there. And then Alaska, minus 27 degrees. Someone was giving me the oh, let me give you the news. Okay, so in the high is negative. So hold on. The high is negative what? Like the high is, if a high is a negative, I don't want to know about it. Anyway, I'm checking, I'm making notes, is that so? Yeah, but anyway. Okay, below I even saw a picture. We know my baby's pictures. Julie, inbox me on JDF FFN. All right. Well, you inbox me. Can't talk on here. Yes, I know. Oma, help me. I get it. Inbox me. I'm not going to talk about my personal life on here. All good. Still looking. Thank you. I live in Oklahoma, but I'm a nurse that works on weekends. Huh. Well, Aaron, I'll be there. I mean, I don't know what times they are, but I'll be there. If you can't make it, maybe you can try to send a friend or something. I'll do a video for you. When will you be returning to Tennessee? Troy, I'll be going to Tennessee tomorrow. But I don't know when I'm returning, but I'll be in Tennessee tomorrow. If I have an opportunity to go to the U.S., I would like to be... Dude, I will train anyone in martial arts. I love it. Love training. This is what's great about it. No, the way you said it, it kind of sounds like it is a major project, Teresa. This is a big movie. I mean, it's one of the biggest movie I've done. Worked with some of the best actors. Michael Madsen is my favorite actor. Mark Dacascos from John Wick. If you saw John Wick 3, he's the lead bad guy in that. Plus, he did Crow and a bunch of other stuff. But he's amazing. And King Bach is great. People say, oh, I don't know if I want to see King. King Bach is funny in the movie. Y'all wait and see. It's going to be good. Go see the trailer. It's on Bat in the Sun channel. Combination, we already have like 2, 3, 4 million views on the movie, so it's gonna be cool. Yeah, and we're releasing shirts and stuff. This is just a custom shirt that was made by my friend Brian, so he made it for us. Ecuador, but love Ecuador. Going through. Do you still come around RSK? Yes, I do, David. I still do come around RSK Pearland. I'm going back on my karate tour. See, I love the schools. Karate's in my heart. I'm about to do some right now, but I love the schools. You know, karate is just something I've always loved doing, so I'll definitely still be around. So Pearland, Rising Sun Karate, and Atascocita, Rising Sun Karate California. You got to join. That is the OG school in Stevenson's Ranch. My partner up there runs it. You got to check it out. That's 3 miles away from the Power Ranger set. Great school. Right now, you know, with COVID and all that stuff, you know, we're wearing masks, we're doing what we can. Texas is busier than ever. So go visit the California school. Tell them I sent you. Randy will take care of you up there. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'll make that call. I'm about to say, I'm making a flyer that we all need self-defense. Self-defense is what's hot right now. It's not right now. Self-defense has always been hot. You need to learn how to protect yourself, especially during these days. So I'm gonna make a cool flyer that it's you. You are the weapon. You know what I mean? That you have to train. You have to train yourself and become the weapon. Because nowadays you never know what's going on, right? Get to meet you. Jersey. Hey, Donald, Jersey, Eastside Mags. I tell you what, man, Jeff and everyone was so nice up there that you guys always, anytime I come around, that's where I'm going. Not because, there was a huge turnout. It's because when I met Jeff and I met all the staff up there, they were just so kind, so nice to me. Eastside Mags, the punk rock of comic shops. It's the best, man. So anytime I go up there, I'm definitely going to check it out. We're doing all our merchandising for the Legend of the White Dragon, the website. Make another note. Getting that website up. We're just revamping it and doing all that stuff for the website so we can have some cool merchandise and all that stuff. Comic-Con in Oklahoma, James. That is on the 25th and 26th of Oklahoma City, called Oklahoma City Pop Culture Con. And right now I'm in Memphis. I'll be at 901 Memphis tomorrow at 12 o'clock. You got to get your number ticket. Each ticket's good for 6 to 8 people. And I got to tell you, every time that people get their tickets early, they're thankful. I'll be there till the last ticket standing. But like if you're at number 100, ticket number 100, and I start at 12, you're not going to meet. You're not going to get called to the shop till around 4. So, you get a ticket, you go eat, hang out, go home, do whatever. And then you'll get an alert to head to the shop 15 minutes or whatever. So, anyway, just go get your number ticket, because Kapow, I think, already has a ton of tickets already right now, already given out. So you're going to have to call them, especially Kapow now, and get your tickets before Sunday. But I don't know, you can get your tickets the day of event. So don't freak out if you're like, I missed it, I can't get my ticket. You can get the ticket the day of the event. So if you can't get a ticket, which I highly recommend you do, you come to Memphis 901 Saturday, you can still get your ticket. Same with Kapow. But I'd like for you to get your tickets earlier so we can kind of gauge it. I kind of know, where people can be. You're in the program. Download the Telegram app. There's a lot of things that we need to do, okay? So try to get your tickets earlier. If not, you can still make it over there, though. Sean, I am coming to Little Rock. Thanks for being part of my childhood. You're welcome. Just want to say thank you for an amazing person. Salt Lake fan X. Well, I'm looking forward to coming back to Salt Lake. Dan's a good friend of mine, so I'm going to have to make my way back there. I haven't been there in a long time. Yeah, Tamara, losing your older brother ain't easy. It's really hard, man. My thoughts would be with you. My condolences. I have to check Ohio. I think I already been to Ohio. Let me write it down, but I've been to Ohio several times. You keep missing me. You keep missing me. Julie, again, you can't talk about my personal life, talking about my brother dying, talking about my mom dying, talking about my grandma. Just please inbox me, because I don't like these talks out here like that, okay? Thank you. Please respect me. Thank you. Let me see. Tommy, any plans for MN? Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island. Maybe. Look at it, all my writing. My writing is very sloppy. Canada is good. I just can't get over there right now just because of the old stuff. Okay, I'm not looking at anything. Julie, now's not the time to talk about personal life. I'm gonna have to skip over you. Okay, guys, let's talk. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. Anyway, if you know me, guys, then just inbox me. We don't need to go in front of everyone and just talk about this, talk about deaths, talk about I know you, I know you, I know your mom, I know your grandma knows. Just like that's all for clout. I hate that kind of stuff. Like inbox private stuff. Rosenberg, Texas. I believe that Uncanny, I think they're going to a new location on that, which is I believe Richmond. But yeah, that's Rosenberg, Texas. But I have to double check. I believe they're at a new location. But anyway, what's on my heart today? There's a lot of things on my heart today. Let's just be good people, and let's just be there on the Rosenberg, Texas, the 12th. Let's just be there for who we are, right? Let me see, 1 second. Okay, let me see. Kentucky, 65 degrees. All right. Yeah, no, this is ice storms here. Trey, where are you at right now? Are you still coming from Indianapolis? I haven't seen you, Trey. Where are you at on here? You just lurking and not liking? Are you one of those people? The lurkers, the lurk in the dark and not like? Come on, man. You know those people that just scroll over your stuff, they don't double click? It's like, oh, man. Okay, Puerto Rico. Eric, I will come back to Puerto Rico. I was just talking about that. I'm going to come back. I don't know if there's comic shops in Puerto Rico, but I want to help out there with some comic shops. But yeah, I definitely got to come back to Puerto Rico. I'm going to make a note of that. Think it and ink it. Puerto Rico. Find out if there's shops out there. I know there's other cons and stuff, but I just want to come and sign a whole bunch of stuff for free. I don't know if there's comic shops out there, but that'd be pretty cool just to show up and just sign stuff for free. You know what I mean? I love karate too. I can't wait for the Legend of White Dragon to come back to Canada, Ontario. I hope so. I would love to see your Green Ranger. Harley. Yes. John. Oh, John, look what happened. So John, you're talking about the Green Ranger, right? My dad, we did a pan shovel that was a chopper. So that's the one you're talking about, right? It's got a suicide shifter, all that stuff. Definitely got to show you, man. I thought it's on TikTok. Did you not see it? Let me make another note. Maybe I should post that. Okay, I'll say post on main page. Did I ever post my Green Ranger chopper on my main page? Comment below if you know. I mean, my main page, the Instagram main page. Did I ever post the Green Ranger chopper? Also, team, find the video of me putting the nickel in my dad's butt crack. But his pants were sagging, and I had a nickel, and I was following the nickel, and I put it right in his butt crack because he walks around sagging his pants. So that's what you get. You get a nickel inside your butt crack. Trained in Kung Fu, that's good. Hope you come to Indiana soon. I am coming there, Scott. I'm first I'm going to Indiana. I'm going to I believe Indiana Comic Con. Then I'm also going to Secret Headquarters. I don't have my book, but that's on the map. Indiana Comic Con and then Secret Headquarters. Aaron, I don't know if you're watching here, but you can chime in if you want. Let them know where the details are on that. This year, the release date, lots of things that push just because of COVID. It's like, I would love to learn more Muay Thai. I love Muay Thai, Andy. See my ninja stars? I got some freaking ninja stars up my sleeve. Wow. Self-defense is more important. Yeah, your son's being bullied. Barbara, look. All right, the people that bullies out there that think you're all tough, you lack self-confidence. All right? Bullies try to make themselves better because they're insecure and they're not confident. So we teach kids to build them up to stay away from bullies. You got to learn to have that inside of you. You can't become the victim because sharks will smell blood. You know what I mean? And that's what happens. People carry themselves and they're like, oh, I'm going to bully that kid. So if we can carry ourselves with confidence, not cockiness, that we won't become a victim. So take him, put him in karate, sign him up, let the instructor know. Barber, there are a lot of schools I don't recommend. I had to find schools for my doctor and find schools for friends, and I Google them all and I look and I'm like, oh my God. You got to find a school that the instructor, look, my website, trainmejdf.com. All right. It's a website. You can't get a black belt, but it's an introduction into karate. And the reason why I started that is because I used to teach one-on-one to some guy through Skype just to see if it can work. 4 weeks, he loved it. He killed himself. His mom called and said, hey, that was the best thing he looked forward to was a karate class. I said, really? Those 4 karate classes, I taught him in the garage and learned he could punch and slip and move. And I taught people through private lessons. So, I can like turn around or, I did this, like, I turned around and I said, okay, I said, so arms up now, you're just going to punch, you're going to throw the punch. And so I'd watch him throw the punch. Right? And I would teach this way. And I'd go to the forward, bam, throw the punch, bam. So you could learn, if you see what I'm doing with the right hand, I'm not dropping at all, right? So this kid learned for 4 classes, and then he killed himself. And then his mom called and asked if she can bury him and all my stuff. And I just, it was heartbreaking. So I said, man, if that meant so much for him, I'm just going to put this complex, it was very complex on my part, very expensive to get started, just a train me program, just to introduce him. And maybe that could change the life of someone by watching it and saying, I want to get involved in a good school. So be careful on what schools you go to. I will say truthfully and honestly and proudly that at my karate school, Rising Sun Karate, we do not charge any testing fees. Every school out there has them. God bless you. We don't, because it takes about 6 years to reach the level of black belt. And I am not charging you for a belt, because I never want someone to come up and go, oh, I paid for that blue belt. Bull, you earned it. So I don't sell out. I'm there. Every black belt test, I'm there. 12-hour test, I'm there for free, because it doesn't matter. Because when I kanji stamp that certificate, that kanji stamp holds so much value. It holds all the other masters up. So when I vouch for you, then that means that the whole nation vouches for you. You see what I'm saying? So I still kind of have that martial arts power that a lot of people don't have. So careful of who you sign up with, but as long as they translate to your kid and build them up with these codes: brotherhood, dedication, respect, cooperation, discipline, confidence, attitude, and self-respect. You know what I mean? Guys, the Stars team, look into these stars for me. Check my Facebook for these stars. And let's put this star money somewhere where it can go to like a charity or someone that needs help out there. So I don't know how the stars work. So can you please check and get me reports on the stars status? Take a screenshot of it or whatever, and then we'll give it away to someone who needs it, okay? I grew up with you, a role model. Thank you. What's up from Nebraska? Have I done Nebraska before? There you are. There you are, Scott. How come I can't pull you in, man? Trey, how come I can't pull you into this? If it says request, I could probably pull you in here, because it says bring them in camera. Yes, Havasu. See, I remember, dude. I remember. Scotty, my friend in Lake Havasu, brought me up there. Big shout out to Scotty Hamco. Big shout out to his daughter Sky. You're probably not watching, but I loved training you. It was great. And the Jesus and Tap clothing line, no, that was something just for a hobby, Scott. It was just a hobby shop. It was just something I did for a hobby. Then it became too complex. It was when we closed it down 7 years ago. It's just long story. It was something that I developed, something that was supposed to be for fun, that you get other people involved, and it just turns complex. So the best thing to do is just whoop, because he lives in my heart, doesn't need to live in my arm. You know what I mean? 901 Jennifer it is the best comic shops. So Aaron, you're watching too. All right, I got you. Thanks for getting those toys for me. And we're asking about Indiana. I'm sure I got to scroll down, but I'm taking time with everyone. Indiana and secret headquarters. So if you guys throw those stars up, I'm giving it to someone that needs it. I don't know how it works, but I sent you a picture. I've seen all 3 weeks. Now, Teresa, if you go and you watch John Wick 3, how badass was Mark Dacascos, right? He was the lead bad guy, and he's in my movie, and I love that guy from day one. He's a real martial artist, which is freaking amazing. Yeah, can someone block Arthur because he is spamming? Whoever's on my team, block whoever you want to block. What's up from Arkansas? Hey, are you going to be there at, Michael, you going to be at Kapow Sunday at Little Rock at Kapow Comics? I'll be at 901 Memphis tomorrow, and then Texarkana on Tuesday. And then February 12th, Uncanny, Richmond. Well, it's a new location, I believe. Uncanny, Richmond. And then 13th, Baytown, Ultra Ego. You guys surprised the heck out of me with all that cool stuff you got me last time. A little poster sign. I still have it. Alaska, minus 27. And then Comics Plus Corpus, the 26th. You're doing a great job. I love Corpus Christi. You guys are going to love this comic shop. They are really putting in the work for this. And then Nostalgia Comics in Bronzeville. And then Retro Expo March 19th. And then I'm adding March 8th through the 14th, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Rhode Island. That's going to be added. And then I added April 2nd is the Hive, Odessa. April 3rd, Galveston. April 4th, Galveston. April 5th, Galveston. They got 3 locations, but that's what we're looking at now. Again, part of my PPP program. It doesn't cost the shop anything. I show up. I sign stuff for free. I've left over $500,000 in merchandise over the last 2 years. All the comic shops I'm going to should not be charging a cover charge, and I'll make sure they don't. They haven't. There are some people that have, but I'm going to make sure they don't when I come because I don't like that. So it's the number ticket is just free to come in, okay? Aaron, I'm going to have to get you one of these. I'll have to get them made. Brian, I think you gave me the contact info on this. I like it because it's a nice, smooth shirt. Thank you. Any tips for Cleveland? Is that Cleveland, Texas, are you talking about? Not too sure. Arthur's just excited. I don't have to block him. Gregory Allen. Hey, man. What's going on? When are you coming to Santa Ana, California? Santa Ana. I'll write it down, but I've been to Santa Ana. Not for a show, though. I grew up over there. Santa Ana, California. I like writing things down because I like listening to my fans, and you never know. I might catch you over there. Michael, you're going to be, I guess, in Little Rock then. We have Legend of the White Dragons are for sale. Yes, they were. We took them off the website for now, but Anakin makes them, and they are for sale, yes. Looking forward to seeing you, Trey. How come it doesn't say bring you in camera is what I'm trying to say. Let me see. I think you need to request it. Just request to bring you in. I'll bring you in. Did you hear that Louis Anderson passed? No, I did not hear that. Oh, my God. So many people passing away, man. Yeah, we'll see you in Lexington, Victoria, Lexington in March. I will see you up there. Aaron, you're going to be up there, right? Helping? I tried to give myself a haircut, mohawk like it last night. Tried trimming myself up. Even though I got a mask on, but anyway. Let's see. I appreciate it. I live in Humble. And I live there because I like the name Humble. You know the thing is about this. Let me see who said that. Michael. It's so much easier to rise to the top. You all tuning out because I'm boring? Is that why people are tuning out? All right, you're tuning in. It's so easy to rise to the top and think that you're hot. You know what I'm talking about. But you got to stay grounded. Even though the water is boiling hot at 211, but it doesn't boil until it gets 212, right? I like to be humble and boiling hot and not boiling where I'm just too good for everyone. You got to stay humble, man. I'm telling you, you will step over people in the valley to get to the mountaintop. And when you fall from that mountain, where are people going to be? There's a handful of friends that I count my friends, and a ton of fans that are always there to support me, like you guys, and I appreciate it. Think about it. You have so many choices. You can go to other pages and watch, but you tune in here, which is cool. But I like the connecting, so let me try to read. What time is it besides it's morphin time? Let me see. I don't have the time. Someone clicked me the time below. Texas time. Arthur, people are trying to block you because you keep sending. Steel City. I don't know what's up with Steel City. I've never got invited back over there. I killed it over there in Steel City. I don't know. I just like comic shops. I go there. Again, it costs the shops nothing. They're so amazed. They think it's a scam. When it first happened 2 years ago, I hit national news. Now everybody's doing comic shops because they think, oh, look at all this moolah. But for me, I challenge anyone to go out there, pay your own way, give $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 worth of signed stuff to the comic shop, take care of people, make sure they're COVID safe. And even when people don't have stuff like money, I always sign promo cards and take pictures. Ain't no big deal. Everyone that leaves happy. So I challenge you actors that if you want to do what I do, then put up your own money and do what you got to do, and do it for fun. Because when I do these shows, I don't care how many people show up as long as I'm having fun. And every time I'm having fun, people show up. I mean, a lot of people show up. I signed one time for like 13 hours straight, and in the snow. But we had this program so you didn't have to stand out in line. Santa Ana, I read that. Secret headquarters, right. Yeah, God, already have about 500 people wanting to come. Okay, so Aaron, you know the ticket system, right? You're going to be in charge of that shop. So did you want us to start, I'm sure Trey's listening, do you want us to start an open group for that already so you can start handing out pre-signed tickets, or what are you thinking? Because last time I was there, I showed up at secret headquarters for a surprise. It was like last minute, and oh man, it was so busy. And Aaron, everyone was so nice over there to us, man, but we were busy, right? So if you want to start handing out tickets now or whatever, just let me know. And thanks for going and getting those toys for me, man. It's very thoughtful, man. I appreciate it. Have you been to Iowa? I don't know. I'll write it down. Iowa. I forget where I'm at. Team, start writing this stuff down. Iowa. Okay. Will you shut up already? Is that to me, Michael? Because if it says, I don't know if that's to me, but Lord, if you want me to shut up, then just tune out. Minnesota would be fun. Trey, have we not been to Minnesota? You're writing this down, right? So I don't need to write it down. All right, write this down. Also, I wanted to look at Iowa. Santa Ana is where I'm from as well, but anyway, just write stuff down. We like to look on here and see what's going on here. First time I met is at Lexington, Seymour, 7 years old, was incredible, gracious, did some training. Thank you for that. I sent you a picture of his tat on Instagram. Please stop spamming. Oh, God. Well, if you got to go and block. Do what you got to do. Where's your main martial arts school located? All right, Steven. Affiliate, which we do have to talk about that New Jersey and Toms River, because that's where affiliate, that's where my Shion is. So we got to talk about that comic shop. I got too many notes. You're all making notes, right? All right, New Jersey. Toms River. So New Jersey, Toms River. California, Stevenson's Ranch is the Chapter 1 school. And then we got the NTC, which is the National Training Headquarters in Atascocita. And then we got Badass School in Pearland. And the cool thing is about martial arts, which I do got to make that flyer. It was about becoming the weapon. Remind me, becoming the weapon. I want to make a flyer. I already told you guys, but I want to make a flyer that's like a really clean, catchy flyer that like talks about all this violent stuff, but it just comes to one thing. Maybe like someone stand there and it says, "You are your own weapon." RiseandSunKarate.com or TrainMeJDF.com, because you got to learn to be your own weapon. And what I mean by the weapon is this: people have knives, cool. People have guns, cool. All right. Say if I have a knife, all right. This is a cool knife. A cool knife I got in Tombstone. Trey, you got one too. But anyway, this sheath this guy made, handmade, and it is an amazing sheath. Okay. So let's just say that you had a knife. All right, I'm in Texas, so I can do whatever I want. Let's say that you had a knife. All right, just say in a violent situation. Yeah, I need to create that. You and your own weapon. So my team, write that down so I could do that. Okay. Brian, did you send me the artwork of this? I don't know where you got the shirt. Is there any way I can pay you for like 5 shirts where you got them done? Anyway, so check it out. So I have a knife, okay? Big deal. I have a knife. All right, so if I'm in a self-defense situation and I had to grab something, like what am I going to do? I'm going to grab, right? So the biggest thing that you got to learn is you got to learn on drawing a weapon before you can even take a weapon. If I don't have a knife and I can't draw a weapon, all right? Like you see how this is, how like you can grab and pull. All right, so you got to learn how to draw. I don't have a boot knife. I don't have a boots on, but normally sometimes, I'll have like a boot. I'll have a boot on or something like that. Maybe like with a boot knife or something. And usually like I'll teach people to take and draw. You see what I'm saying? So like any situation that I'm in, even if I'm fighting or I'm up against or my eyes are maced or I can't see, as long as I slide that web of the hand down and grab the knife, then I got that knife. You know what I mean? So the idea about becoming your own weapon is you have to learn to be a weapon. If you're a gun holder, you should respect guns. You should know how to draw. If you have knives, you should know how to draw. You know what I mean? Yeah, I heard Meatloaf died. Yeah, God. But anyway, I like to have handles about like this. So when I grab, I can make sure that it's just enough. So this sheath actually is really well, because if you grab a knife, you don't want to have like a loose hold on it. So this is like really good where I can grab it like this and then actually have control of it. So anyway, I just thought that, but become your own weapon, right? That's the idea. Let me scroll back here. Scroll back so I can read. But each time you come to Illinois, I'm broke. Christopher, there's so many people on this page that can vouch every time they met me. They get something at the table, cool. I sign promo cards for almost the whole entire family. I'll take pictures, and everyone here that even knows, I'll take pictures. I'll make your time worth it. Never, ever think this is about money. Stand in line, get a number ticket, and I'll take care of you. There are people that come up that can afford to get 6, 7 things signed. People come up and get 2 things signed. They can't get that signed. Give me this. I'll sign that. I'll take care of that. Oh, I lost my job to COVID. Here you go, man. Here's your money back. Like, don't ever think that. I'm different than on most actors. Come up. Can I have this? Can I have that? Just next time you're here, come. I'll take care of you. I'll remember. Trey, you can write his name down. My team can write his name down. Christopher, Joseph, Murray, we got you next time, okay? Can you give a shout out? Put my son Connor. Connor, if you're still watching, my friend, it is Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger. Supposed to be at 2000 Comic-Con, Louisville. Thank you for many years of entertaining. You're welcome. Who do I contact for the local shop? Will be an honor to get him to do a signing here. Wayne Kennedy. Don't know exactly where you're at, but you can inbox Rockstar DJ Trey. Inbox Rockstar DJ Trey. And Trey, you can take his name down too. Whoever's on my team to take a look at this, Wayne Kennedy, depending on where you live. First card, each one, awesome. My day's going good. I am in Memphis, 901 Comics tomorrow, 12 o'clock. You might want to get your numbers. After this, I'm going to have to leave here in a little bit, but because I got to work out and do some stuff. But check out the numbers above. That's where all the phone numbers I'm at. I do need to add flyers right now for April 3rd, 4th, and 5th for Galveston, and I'm adding flyers right now for March 8th, 14th for Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Rhode Island. And you guys be safe out there in the snow, okay? No, don't. There's no stupid question, Chris. That's a good question. How does the ticket system work? Okay, so Chris, call the shop. Okay, depending on how far you live. If you live an hour and a half away, they'll just give you a numbered ticket. So, or go to the shop, visit the shop, support the shop, whatever. If not, whatever. I'd like you to support the shop, buy a comic or something. You get a numbered ticket. You download an app, right? That's Telegram. You download it, and then you get into this big group chat with everyone. And then we can all talk. I'll send some videos, big group chat. And you'll have your physical number ticket from the shop that will say like number 29. And you'll hang outside. You go eat, go do whatever. The event starts at 12. We'll call numbers 1 through 5. They'll come in. They'll bring their stuff. I'll sign their stuff, numbers 1 through 5. And then you'll look in the group chat and be like, okay, cool, I'm number 20-something. And then as your number gets closer, we'll call you. And you bring your stuff in and come get signed. But that's how the number ticket system work. I do have to wear masks just because of COVID. I don't really care. I see people not wearing masks. I don't know where my mask is right now. It's somewhere. But I see people not wearing masks, but I have a cool Legend of the White Dragon mask that I want to wear because I'm always like, promoting the movie and always looking good. Plus I get to cover up half of my ugly face. So I won't take the mask down until everyone else does. But look how cool this mask is. So you get a number ticket. All right, you get a number ticket, and then the shop will call you, or we'll call you into the app, and then you'll get it. So it's simple. You don't have to wait in line for hours and hours and hours. We'll take a picture. This is pretty much how I'm gonna look. So I try to comb my hair. See? Anyway, I just want to show the mask off. Legend of the White Dragon, Dragon Prime, Legend of the White Dragon. So if you're wondering why I'm wearing a mask, because I'm showing it off. You are your own weapon. Yeah, I like that one too. Yeah, I like that. Become a weapon. You are your own weapon. That's the idea. Karate Do. Okay. This is what I sign. I say my way of life. Okay. I say my way of life. Karate Do. The way of empty hand. The way of life. Okay. Yeah, Brian, let me know because I need to get like 5 or 3 mediums and 3 larges. But I like the way these print worked out. So I'm really picky on t-shirts. Give you a tattoo idea. I say go to your artist and let him know what theme you're looking for. And this way he can create something cool. We can now use nunchucks in New York. It is not banned. Thank goodness. All right. I did an episode of Power Rangers. I don't know if you remember the Bow Staff episode I did, but I did an episode of Power Rangers where I used nunchucks, double nunchucks. Awesome scene. They cut it because nunchucks were illegal around half the world and half the country. So I wish they kept it. So if you go to my Train Me class, trainmejdf.com, you could learn how to do nunchucks easy if you're disciplined. Because the trainmejdf.com has the whole nunchuck routine. Anyone out there that says nunchucks, it's called nunchucks. If you say numchucks, my instructor says you're a numb nut. Okay, I can get away with that because I'm Eric Reed now. Okay, I thought you were saying shut up to me, sorry. Karate, look, they're both great. You know what I mean? You're going to have Kung Fu, you're going to have Karate, they're both great. Julie, say something to me. I did. What about a Zeal laser pistol? All right, sounds good. I did hear Meatloaf. Sorry to hear about that. I love to get into mom and karate class. You need to do it. Martial arts is great for kids. I start at the age of 4. I teach kids at the age of 2. So, and thank you for the stars. Someone sent those stars. We're going to take a look at that right afterwards. I expect a text from my team showing me what this star is all about so we can donate some of this money to someone out there. And I need to know as soon as possible because someone will probably need help out there and we'll give them help. It doesn't say 31 on my ring. You're looking at it backwards. Let's go to Hawaii. I'm down. I'm ready to go to Hawaii. Hawaii is always great. Meatloaf saying I did hear about that. Ecuador. Always there for the fans. Good idea. I think I'm scrolling through the same thing unless you guys are asking for the same thing. You inspired me to write Combat in the Grid YouTube now. Sweet. See, look at that. That's what I'd like to see. He's right. He did a video absolutely free of charge for my son when he was really sick and couldn't make it. Steel City. Thank you, Victoria. I'll screenshot this. Not that I'm a poster. I love seeing this because I got a reputation out there, and that's what it is. Anyone who's met me can vouch for me. I did hear Louis Anderson passed away. I'm sorry to hear that. I signed your legacy. Yes. Do you still listen to Lathan Warlick? Lathan, of course, man. Lathan is my dog. Lathan is the one. You know that whole story, right? I did a video with Lathan Warlick. Derek the Black Beast is in a video. It was on my Morphin Life. I saw Lathan had 3,000 fans, and he did a song called I Need a Blessing, and I brought him over here, gave him a blessing, did a video for free, me and Justin, and I thought that was super cool. Send me a message, Wayne. Trey, are you delayed? How come you can't come in here, Trey? I guess I'm slow reading this. Thank you, thank you. When are you coming back to California? I'll be coming back soon. All right, I'm going to run it down. We'll run it down one more time because I'm about to go. I got to get off and do workout and do some stuff. 901 Memphis, Tennessee. 901 Memphis, Tennessee. If you just tuned in, why I'm wearing a mask? Because it's cool, because it's the Legend of the White Dragon. Memphis, Tennessee tomorrow. Sunday, Little Rock, Kapow. You can get your tickets now. Call them, get your tickets. Texarkana Tuesday. You just download the app, Telegram, get your ticket, and you'll be in there. The 12th, Uncanny Richmond, which was Rosenberg, but I believe they have a new location. The 13th, Baytown, Ultra Ego. You guys are awesome, so be at Baytown. We had a lot of people show up last time. I got Legend of the White Dragon stuff. I got a bunch of stuff. Alaska. Freeze your balls off in Alaska on the 19th, 20th, or 19th, 20th. 0 minus 27 degrees. Like Derek the Black Beast, my friend says, his balls are hot, your balls will be cold. 26th, Comic Plus Corporate. See, I feel safe behind this mask. Like he can't read my lips. 26, Comics Plus Corpus. Keep doing a good job. You guys are always promoting and posting, and you're very excited. You got, banners, all that stuff. And then the 27th, Nostalgia Games, Bronzeville. I'm so happy I came across you guys. March 8th and March 14th, I'm getting flyers done. Trey, remind me to get flyers done for that and flyers done for Galveston. March 8th through the 14th, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Rhode Island. We'll let you know where those shops are. One of the shops is a 3-shop chain, so it'll be easy to find. And then April 2nd, The Hive in Odessa. The Hive in Odessa. And then April 3rd, 4th, and 5th in the Galveston area, around my town. And then 26th, Oklahoma City, April, May, and then May. God, Lord knows. We got to work on that too, Trey, when we get here. Okay. And then I would like to say a big shout out to Nakia and Karen that are running Ranger Stop. I think you guys are amazing. You guys are amazing women. I think they run one heck of a show, Ranger Stop, up there in Atlanta City. Very rarely do I get to go to a lot of shops, a lot of Ranger Stops and all that stuff, but I am this year again because I love the girls. I love the way they run things. I love how the fans are just so happy when they leave. So I'm going to Ranger Stop on June 11th. So big shout out to you guys. Make sure you tag them and let them know how awesome they are. not just because they run a show, is because that they've been with the brand for a long time. They're always in. Big shout out to Catherine too. You guys are doing Power Ranger playback. As on behalf of Hasbro, which Hasbro's never told us, Hasbro, on behalf of Hasbro, I would like to pat all the Rangers on the back and say thank you for keeping the brand alive. Because Hasbro, all they do is produce toys. Disney owns Death Row Records. So what does Disney do when they own Death Row Records? They produce. Big shout out to Trey for the hat. Big shout out. Which I love this hat. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But they're producing Death Row record hats. So what is Death Row without Suge Knight, Tupac, Snoop Dogg, and all that? It becomes just a label. But a label that people are familiar with. So that's why I'm doing Legend of the White Dragon. So you have content. Not just toys. And not just stuff that you can look around. You see what I'm saying? All right, let me read. Hey, I hope you're doing awesome. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Charles. Junie, I forgot to get my ticket signed for my toy. What? Toy? I sign tickets sometimes. I'm a manager of an apartment property and just attended. So I cleaned up the apartment. Good job. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for attending. I love meeting you in Austin too, man. You can try to get the rest of the cast. But like I said, they got to make their own way. Got to travel for free. It cannot cost the shop one dime. The shop has to earn money, sign stuff. I sign stuff, leave things behind. And if it costs the shop one dime, it's not for you. Right now, it's about helping comic shops where it's a win-win. They pay for nothing, and they get something out of it. Media, I leave stuff behind. How's the weather? Did you get not to Memphis? No, it's bad still, Michelle. But I will be there. I will be there. Release date of the Legend of the White Dragon this year. Are you still? I'm training every day, which I got to train now. You just made my son amazing. You're welcome, Andrew. Let's get some Dragon Prime mask. Team, remind me about some Dragon Prime masks. I think you're 100% correct. I wear this all the time, though. After Punk matches up Wednesday, do you think it'd be a good match? No, Punk can't fight. I don't want to fight Punk anymore. No offense to Punk fans. Punk's good at wrestling. He needs to stay there, not MMA. My babies thinks you're an amazing childhood hero. They watch you every day. Thank you, Charles Babies. Thank you. I don't know about a tattoo. That's your tattoo. Get a kanji. I'm down for that. Thank you. I can't wait for the movie. It's going to be good. Royal Rumbers. I love all the WWE guys. I appreciate it. Hello, I'm a fan. Would love to have you train my son. Always love to train, man. Shoot, I can send you some nunchucks. I can get you some nunchucks with spikes. Perhaps I can get you for you. Trying to read. Shout out to my 5-year-old son, Jacob. Jacob, what is happening, buddy? It is Jason, David, Frank, Lord Draken. And guess what? If Hasbro made a move, they could have been gods. But they're not. That's why I'm doing the Legend of the White Dragon. Big shout out, Jacob. Much love, my friend. Mike, Alaska is amazing with Chucks. Yep, Mike is great. Big Bang is great. You got to check out all his stuff. I love watching his weapons. Ecuador, can't wait to be in Ecuador. I'm drawing you, bro. I need to know how to send it to you. Someone can contact you, Juan. Someone from my team will contact you now. Trey, how come you can't be brought into the camera? I don't understand. Can't you request it, or you just don't want to go? Axel. You said 300 stars? Thank you, DPCX Patron. I said it right? What part of CT are you coming to? I don't know yet, but that air conditioner sounds terrible. Actually, it's the guys outside doing maintenance. No, I know, Michael. I know. It's social media. Who cares? It's no big deal. I will to check out your book. You need to come to Northwest Arkansas. What's in Northwest Arkansas? Do you have a comic shop out there or something? Because I'm coming to Little Rock. No, June, you don't need a head. I get nunchucks for you guys. I'm going to Chinatown and get ripped off over there. They charge too much for nunchucks. I got some. I actually have 20 pair of rattan nunchucks. Okay, I'll send up to New York area. Francis, I'll send you some. I'll sign 2 of them to do giveaways only in the New York area. Okay. So remind me, I got 20 rattan nunchucks sitting at home. I'm going to sign 2 of them for New York giveaways, and then I'll ship the rest up there. All right. Will you be a Power Ranger again? Nope, but I'll be a Legend of the White Dragon. Oh, yeah. Yeah, 3 medium, 3 large would be great. Okay. Thank you. It means so much to me. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to read all this stuff. Taekwondo, because you do. I thought Taekwondo, Brian, Taekwondo is kicks. That's the art of it. So we do Taekwondo. It's just, we don't just do the base of Taekwondo. You know what I mean? We got good kicks and stuff, but I like wearing a mask. Covers half my face up, plus it promotes. I wish there was Texarkana, but I got to work. But listen, I'm there at 5 o'clock, and I'm going to be there until very late. So I guarantee I'll be there before you get off. So, movie comes out this year. Different streaming, different, you know what I mean? Are you on any more superpower beatdowns? Probably not. We got our hands full with this movie. I'm in Houston. I'm an artist. Love to make a t-shirt. Bro, my schools are there. Come. Tascasita, Pearland. That's where I'm at. JDF versus Deathstroke. Oh, God. No more Bat in the Sun beatdowns yet for me. Derek Lewis. Did you see his new Instagram or his new Facebook? I know Bob. I know all those guys he trains with and stuff. But Derek did a thing for like that Manscaped for your balls or something like that. He just did it on Instagram. They're like, look at this. And so it was like a Manscaped thing for his balls. I reposted it. I thought it was funny. I promised to never join a live feed and tell you the celebrities have passed away recently. David, it's fine. I get the downloads on all this stuff before I go on here. When you go into UK, I don't know, but hopefully I'll come soon. I do have to get a hold of Andy in 2023, so remind me that as well, team. Scott, I haven't seen, was intense. I love it. It was great. Connecticut. Okay, well, you can attend up there at Connecticut. I'm not too sure where yet, but I'll make flyers. All right. Construction going on over here. I don't see you coming into the camera tray. I don't know if you know how to do that option. It says bring me in. How do you put this bring me in stuff I'm reading? You keep hitting it? I don't know, man. I don't know if I can see if I can hit you. No, it's kind of weird. I don't know what it does. Huh, that's interesting. You cause no headaches, my friend. I wanted to fight Punk before he was exposed to he can't fight. That's the reason why. Chuck or Bruce? Probably Chuck. I have to because I know Chuck. Because Bruce ain't here. I'm still reading. Man, when I'm on these shows, I have no time to visit or anything. That's the problem. It's just been super crazy. I'm in and out. I all hours of the hours on these shows. But, okay, there we are. We're all caught up. Well, we're trying to limit the theatrical release for Legend of the White Dragon and streaming, but it just all depends. I got all my notes. Last time, guys, all the information's above. 901 Memphis tomorrow. Sunday, Kapow, Little Rock. Tuesday, Texarkana, Excalibur. February 12th, Uncanny, Richmond, Texas. February 13th, Baytown, Ultra Ego. Alaska, freezing your balls off. 26th, Comic Plus Corpus. That's in Corpus Christi. The 27th, Nostalgia Games, Bronzeville. April 2nd, The Hive, Odessa, Texas. April 3rd, Galveston, 4th Galveston, 5th Galveston, 3 locations. I'll get that done. And we're going to be flying into the March 8th through the 14th, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Rhode Island. I'll get those flyers done as well. Guys, it was great that you guys joined me. Call the numbers above to get your number ticket. I, truthfully honest, love this. I have some cameos I got to do. So thank you guys so much. Until next time, 86,400 seconds a day. White Dragon time. See you guys.